going to
12.
number 12.
Number 12 is a budget amendment for longevity pay. And we polled the board earlier this month. Longevity pay is something in our personnel ordinance, or in our personnel policy, excuse me, that is not guaranteed each year. It is something that
They can't hear you.
it's not guaranteed each year. It is something that the board votes on each year as to whether or not they want to do that policy. So it is a graduated schedule ranging from $300 to $1,000 for our employees based on nothing but longevity. We looked at that and felt like with this year and all of the issues we've had with COVID, our employees have put themselves in harm's way for a number of months, and we are doing well financially. So we are making the recommendation that we move forward with that longevity pay for this year. And attached, you have the budget amendment to fund that. The total cost for that is $20,833.
All right. You wanna make a motion?
Mayor and Board, at this time, I move we consider the budget amendment for longevity pay.
My second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Number 13 is another budget amendment for the planning board. As I think most of you are aware, we are required to bring our some of our ordinances into compliance. We need to update 160D, and we need to look at our land use plan. We've looked at a couple different options for making that happen. We've got a fairly short turnaround time for the 160D. It is required by July of this year. So we reached out to InFocus, and the person who actually started that company is willing to come and help us do that. He's very proficient in this, and I think we'll do it in as quick a way as possible and be very thorough. It will position us in a good place for the upcoming changes that are happening in our community, allow us to be better informed and better equipped to handle zoning. So to do that, the total cost for that package, which includes your 160D, your land use plan, and a unified development ordinance, is $16,250. However, all of that is not due in this fiscal year. We only need $11,250. So we've had some local government sales taxes coming in better than we anticipated. So we are proposing that we increase that along with the expense to cover that professional fee.
I do think that this is a great idea. It definitely needs to happen, and I know the planning board will greatly appreciate it.
Mayor and Board, I move we consider the budget amendment for the planning board.
I second that. Any discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We are skipping or eliminating, as we said in the beginning, item number 14 and moving on to financial reporting. Mayor and Board, tonight I have a very high-level financial overview. The detailed reports you typically receive will be forwarded later this week. Thank you for your patience. We've got two things for you tonight. Best news and better news. We're ending the year on a positive note. Revenues are exceeding year-to-date budget in all funds. This is particularly good news for our enterprise and utility funds. Our customers are working really hard to make their payments and, when necessary, reaching out to local government agencies for assistance. We are now at 140 customers on our COVID plan that is scheduled to be completed in January. So each month we have some of our folks that started out on that plan paying off early, or we have had some who've moved, which means that we will have some lost revenue. But for the most part, our folks are paying, and we anticipate that They will all be successful with that by the end of January. The better news, expenses are lower than our year-to-date budget in all funds except the general fund, which is only 1% over. That expense overage is driven by our debt payments that were due at the beginning of the year, and that's skewing the year-to-date number. So most of our debt was due in the general fund at the beginning, and that makes that number really high. So as we get further throughout the year, it will level out. We are fortunate in this difficult year to be ahead on revenues and under on expenses. We appreciate our citizens paying their utilities and taxes promptly and our employees being frugal with expense spending. This really is as good a news as we could have expected in this environment. To see our sales tax coming in better than we anticipated is really good news. And we just to have revenues and revenues over and expenditures under when we're 4 months into the year is a really good thing. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, we will move on to the manager's report.
Well, likewise, I don't have a written report this month. I want to speak to the planning board. The first meeting tomorrow night with the gentleman from InFocus. I do plan to be here. The planner that's assigned that works for us will not be able to be here, so I do plan to be there. It's my understanding that we have a vacancy on the board, and Mayor, you may know her name. I don't have it written.
Yes, Ms. Vicki Lumsden sent her resignation in last Tuesday. She does plan on attending this coming meeting tomorrow, but after that meeting, she will resign for good.
So if you would, reach out to people, and we'll put it up, maybe post it on the website, that we will need somebody to volunteer for service on the planning board.
With that being said, I'll do a little ad blip right there. If you are interested in being on the planning board and you are viewing this, if you would contact Town Hall or one of us board members so that we can speak with you about that, that would be great.
The other thing, and I think this is good news, I think it's big news, I have drafted a press release earlier this afternoon announcing the selection of a public safety director for the town of Landis. As you all know, I know you've been getting questions and calls, and it's been a very long and slow process, but I think it's been a thorough process, and I'm very pleased. I'll just read the press release, if you'll allow me. Following an extensive and thorough selection process for the newly created position of Public Safety Director for the town of Landis, I am pleased to announce that Zachary James Lachette, currently a supervisor with the Gastonia Police Department, has accepted appointment to the position. Mr. Lachette will begin his duties on December 30th. It is my sincere belief that Mr. Lachette's broad range of public sector experience and educational background will serve him well as he works to establish an effective public safety program here in the town of Landis. His past law enforcement background is broad and increasingly responsible in scope. Likewise, his experience and certifications within the field of advanced emergency medical service will also prove to be a tremendous asset to the members of our fire department. Lastly, it is noteworthy that Mr. Lechette's broad educational background focused on organizational management, a cornerstone of any successful first responder organization. Mr. Lechette and his wife, Caitlin, who is a flight nurse, flies out of Concord, are in the process of relocating to the Landis area. Though unavailable to attend tonight's meeting, Mr. Lechette expressed the following, and I quote, "I'm extremely honored and excited to join the town of Landis as its public safety director. I look forward to developing community partnerships as we transition toward a public safety department and enhance our services to the community."
Thank you.
And he's excited. And it's my understanding they have contracted a home, I think it's 6 miles from here. So he'll be very close.
We will welcome him when he gets here, and we're excited for a new position and a new face.
It is his wishes. I talked to him this afternoon while he's traveling, but it was his wishes, if possible, if he could meet with the board, perhaps even before his first day. And I said to him I would broach that with you all, but also I would like to have him, if he can, come and meet with the fire department personnel and the police department personnel before his first day, and he seemed very interested in being able to do that,
Absolutely.
so we can hit the ground running.
Sounds great. Is that it for your report?
It is.
All right. We will start with Mr. Overcash for board member comments.
I would just like to say that that's exciting news. You can set up the time, date, whenever. Yeah, I'm available anytime. Whatever suits everybody suits me. Just let me know. I hate when the times we're in and we wasn't able to do the Christmas tree thing, but I did see a video, and our guys, they get it done.
They did, didn't
Yeah.
they? That was super cool.
And I'd like to thank all of our town employees, from the office all the way to the guys that mow, for their good work, hard work. Leaves is cleaned up, the streets look good, and them boys can put up a Christmas tree
In a hurry.
in a hurry. And the Christmas decorations look great.
Ron
Sure,
did
yeah.
say that the
Yeah.
first year it took like a day and a half,
Yeah.
and now they've scienced it down to like
Five
5.5
3
hours.
minutes.
But
3
they done it
minutes.
about
Yeah,
3
3
minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes, yeah.
That's what I'm talking
In
about.
reality, that was 5
Oh, I know,
hours,
I know.
but he said each year it goes better, it gets better and better. All right, Ms. Sales.
I don't really have anything. I just want to wish all the citizens of Landis and all the town employees a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Mr. Stewart.
No, likewise. Thank you, Ms. Seifert and Mr. Barefoot, on your finance report and manager's report. I think we're ending the year in a much more positive space and position than what we originally anticipated, given our current environment. So thank you all. Also, just want again publicly thank Debbie for her 49 years of service to the town of Landis, and also wanted to wish everyone a very happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, as this would be our last formal and open board meeting for 2020.
All right, and I'll finish it out. We appreciate everybody that viewed tonight. If you go back and watch, we appreciate that as well. It is a trying time. Try to stay within the limits of your 10 people and wear your mask, stay safe. There's a lot that we can do. Wash your hands. And so I just want you guys to know that we're trying to do that, as well as hopefully our citizens. We want to thank Debbie for those 49 years. I know that each of us appreciate that. I don't know Landis without Debbie Goodman, but we appreciate her. And then Public Works, Ron and Jessica. Friday night, I got a little carried away and I forgot. So we do truly appreciate everything that you guys do. And also Mr. Rudy Wise, if you did not get to watch the Christmas tree lighting, he was our honorary person to light the tree this year. He is our oldest living mayor, and so we wanted to honor him in some way. And since the parade was canceled, we chose the Christmas tree lighting. So we want to congratulate him and thank him for his service also to the town.
Mayor Smith, it is December 7th, and those of us,
Yes.
we'd like to remember our World War II veterans and that day, and
Yep.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. My grandmother's brother-in-law served and was there that day. So we do appreciate that as well. So if you all will have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, we will see you back here in January. Until then, stay safe. Thank you and have a good night.
Mayor and Board, I move we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Yes, I agree. Thank you. All those in favor,
All right.
Aye.
good night.